And we are live.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So first of all, I really wanted to thank you for your time today. And, this week there's been Twitter that's been full of hashtags of one-to-one with beautiful artwork. So thank you really for the opportunity and just giving me your time today to answer a few questions. My first one is, what is the backstory of 101 and what inspired you? And how did it come to life?
Oh, that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
I mean, lucky, I guess you can start because it started early on. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it did. It started, it feels like a couple of years ago, but actually was only a bit over 3 months in NFT time, though it's much longer. And basically, I was, I'd come into this whole NFT space from having been a traditional art collector and going kind of like, bah humbug, and then going, oh, wow, hang on, I'm seeing some really good art. And I have Tezos. So suddenly I'm there chatting away with a guy who's actually a, in real life, art director, independent filmmaker, and he's worked on the visual effects for all sorts of movies, including ones like Batman, which, Noir is definitely a fan of. And we're talking about how amazing the art is on Tezos and how little it seems to be recognized how amazing that art is, and that all of the attention seems to be going to PFPs and all of these things. And we're like, there needs to be some sort of guided tour into the treasure trove of fine art on Tezos. And the great one-of-ones and unique pieces and just all of this kind of like punk rock spliced with the Moulin Rouge, amazing art scene. So we put up on the object roadmap an idea of having some sort of focus on one-of-ones. And so, had a big chat on that, and Noir was involved and Wiley was involved and Jenny Parsonen and Goldcat and all sorts of people joined that chat and on Twitter continued it. And then we kind of continued it from there into being something other than kind of not going for the super rare kind of approach, because Tezos is very community minded and very about accessibility to all, and a level of equity for all. And really it grew from there. We found out that another group, which had done Tezos for Tezos, was also thinking along these lines. Goldcat was absolutely keen to go, and then all of these, great people came in. Lawrence came in, and Beats came in, and Kika,
Kika was us from the start, right? She was on that chat on the collectors group.
Yes,
it was you, me, Wiley, Kika. Yeah, I mean, okay, because the timeline was object roadmap. Okay. And then afterwards, we had this chat on the Anna Collectors group. Like, if you remember, it was me, you, Wiley,
that's
Kika,
right.
I guess.
Because
we spoke for 48 hours. It was insane. And then we had to make another group.
That's it. Because Anna,
we were going to get kicked out.
She was like, I love you guys, but get out.
Because the group was not supposed, it's not for that. It's for sharing art, like artworks we collect or suggestions. And we just for 48 hours, and we can do that and that. But it was also building up upon the idea of object roadmap. I mean, I think there has been a talk in the community for a long time about having an option on Tezos so artists would not opt to ETH. And it's something he is very passionate about, I have to admit, because we spoke about this all the time. Why do we have to go to ETH to sell our one-on-ones for a higher price? And why can't we have the opportunity to do that on Tezos, which is like you said, it's also accessible for everyone, while not everyone can mint on ETH or can get to a platform. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Absolutely.
like so many of the African and South American and Indian artists are like, Tezos has been amazing for me and has changed my life because, you know, I could afford to mint my works there and show them to a global audience and then sell them. And, you know, we've had people like Art Deft and the favelas of Rio turning around and saying, this has completely changed my life. You know, I can provide for my family now and focus on my art.
Exactly. While, I mean, not saying that ETH is a bad blockchain, but the circumstances around ETH doesn't make it accessible for everyone. And even like OpenSea, which is somehow the easiest to access, but it's not not everyone can actually get an opportunity on OpenSea. So for a hardworking artist, like you always hear this, if you want to do it, you have to go to super rare or like, I don't know, this like gated platforms. Again, not disrespecting them, but it's just like the accessibility. Yeah. And I think if you like, Tezos is so special because if it's easy accessibility, eventually you have different and very diverse artworks from like, there is a cultural context to it and there is an even intellectual context.
Exactly. In fact, I loved like when you mentioned earlier also the culture factor, right? Because in a certain sense, I feel like a lot of other projects that come out, you know, on other platforms, sometimes they have also gated communities. And just the support that I've seen on the outside, especially with 101, it's just mind-blowing how much support there is. And it just comes so natural, really, the community growth and everything.
I mean, I think people just reacted. It was crazy, but Lucky did a great job handling the account. I mean, even like the Twitter account was done in a whim. Everything was done so spontaneous. But Lucky, this is why I also wanted you to be included. Like Lucky did a great job on communicating with people all the time from like the account of 101. And the art that people reacted, it was mind blowing because at the start we were scared that people would be scared. They wouldn't be trusting that they would sell their 101. You know, you have all the kind of conflicted feelings. Like we're so excited, but at the same time, it is a responsibility in a way. But Absolutely. I think everyone wanted this and eventually it was manifested in a way. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. Although I need to say, like, it's not just me in the 101 account. Like, it's me a lot. But there are some 6 of us with
I mean, like Wise, Kika, Wiley also did a great job. Who else? And all of us have access actually sometimes.
But active access.
Like 2 people would be on the account at the same time and it would be so confusing.
In fact, I love seeing also, when was it, yesterday evening, a tweet that said, hey, I'm taking over. And it's just great to see that. Just great to see them have that feeling.
Because I mean, it was also like one of the things we discussed, and because we come from different backgrounds eventually and different artistic tastes, so this is one of the things we decided, like, okay, we can rotate making threads, you know, highlighting our favorite artworks as well as retweeting, but just to give a fair chance, as fair as we can, to everyone, you know, just to highlight every genre of art if we can. Of course, it's not easy, but at least to combine all tastes. And I think that somehow is reflecting the diversity on Tezos as well.
It absolutely is. And, you know, tomorrow is the last day of minting, correct?
Phew.
Yeah. So talking about results and everything, would you say that seeing, you know, after the first week, are you satisfied with the results? Would you say that your goals have been met, or, you know, did this week give you even more goals that you want to reach now?
That's a tough question. Like,
I mean, I mean, I will say that I did not expect at the start of this event to have over 100,000 Tezos in sales within a week. Like almost, I think it's 2,000 works sold now.
So, yeah, it's like over 100K on 2,000 wallets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And, so 2,000 works. Yeah, amazing. And like over 5,000 works minted. It's just, wow.
No, it really, really is. And this is something else I was really, really interested in asking you, that you have this very convenient central page to view and collect these pieces that's built by NFT Biker. Would you be able to give us like a little bit more insight into this tool and, how it helped in driving everything?
Look, I mean, the Biker tool, one of one was certainly not the first time that tool's been used. It's been used for so many Tezos community events now, Tezos for Tezos, etc. And it's made such a huge difference to the community having a tool like that available. And he makes it available for events, as an open to all. And says, come on in, let's build. And that's been such an amazing service. But at the same time, he's really open and saying, hey, look, dear Tezos platforms and developers, I've done this as an individual. Someone come in and do it professionally. So, again, this is a community initiative from a community member. And it's made such a huge impact for the community that I think he should really be applauded.
Lovely, lovely.
And it also helped us in the event. I mean, tracking stats is really helpful just to track everything that's happening. I mean, by the end of the day, also just like NFT Biker, yeah, he's doing this, like the tools, as you know, you don't pay anything. He doesn't charge anyone anything. And it was really also like amazing that he came on board right away. Lucky when you spoke to him, he was like, yeah, I'll make a page for the event. Like even that was not expected. But yeah, he was really helpful.
Yeah, and Biker actually was the one saying to us from the start, hey, this event is going to change Tezos. You wait and see.
It really is.
Yeah, I mean, it's still unbelievable in a way, but at the same time, I think, I think after tomorrow we'll start to realize what's really happening, because in the intensity of everything, like following up, and even like us, the artists in the group, also like following our work and following our friends, I think next week we'll start to realize what's happening for real and breathe a little bit.
In fact, that was actually going to be my next question. I was going to ask, what you were going to expect, what all of us are going to expect from the next week, now that this first phase is coming to an end tomorrow.
Okay, for on one hand, we said that before, we're planning. For now, this is a plan. Lucky, remind me if I forgot something, but we're planning until the end of the month to have virtual galleries with works from the event. But
Lovely.
I mean, if like we had Tears in Rain Gallery, which was set up and organized by Gold Cat. She did an amazing job. And this gallery was basically uncurated, and it was rotating and like showcasing everything from the event. And the point was to give everyone a fair chance to have their work showcased. And then afterwards, from next week, we're going to have themed galleries. Also, Zetical, I guess, like Zetical are releasing a collection was curated by Linda Donia. I guess, is it Linda Donia? Lucky, I can't. Oh my god, I can't remember the last. I can't spell the last name.
Yeah, Linda. So the people are doing a special edition for one-on-one. And Linda and Kenza have been great in terms of having been on board from really early on, prepared to support the idea that we had around having an African showcase and gallery, and they've done great work there in terms of finding and engaging with the community. And sorry about this, and bringing them to light. And I think, you know, you're definitely seeing those works in 101 now, and that's a lot of the back work that they and Noir, you know, that you did, and Quintez, in terms of, you know, attending the spaces, finding the artists, all of that.
Yeah, I mean, that, yeah. Oh my God, sometimes it seems like it's too much, but everything went so fast. Sorry, now that we're speaking about it. But yeah, I mean, we're going to have themed galleries for the upcoming months. And the plan for now is to continue highlighting great art on Tezos, basically. And we also hope that this would change something and people will be more encouraged to highlight one-of-ones. And from our side, we're taking step by step, like we start off with the virtual themed galleries, and also Beats from Here and Now. He's also, like, on July 8th, the Escape game will open, and it will also have a curated gallery from one-of-one event with works from the event. So people inside the game can also see works from the event. And yeah, I mean, I think we have like many virtual exhibitions coming from our side. And we also, we invited people in the community to take initiatives by themselves. And I think I saw Rostan, an artist in the community. He did an amazing gallery in the Centerland, and he was also curating and adding words the past few days, and it was amazing. So yeah, that's it so far, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Women's Museum. Fotes has done amazingly, both in terms of, you know, the works and also the sales and profile raise and all of those things, and that's great to see. X Collab, like so many of the community, were like, yeah, let's step forward and do this.
Lovely. No, I'm extremely excited to see what's going up every morning. Like when I wake up, I have my notifications on. I go to check to see everything that's going on in your page. So I actually even went earlier into the gallery on voxels. So I just love like going around there. Saw some really nice pieces.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Oh wow!
I saw like the one Queen of Time. Like as soon as I entered in there, like I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I love that one.
Yeah, it's been amazing to see all these great works from the community. And I think the spirit from the start, since we started like speaking about the event, people, it was, in the reaction was amazing. And all of us, actually, even us in the group, we're like, okay, we're gonna make our best and do our best work, because we want to show how great the artworks on Tezos, and it has been phenomenal, just like mind-blowing, to be honest.
Yeah, no, mind-blowing is like the right word. And you guys are just doing such an amazing job. I can't even find the words to describe it. And speaking of which, I did have like one last question. Like, is there any other curiosity that you want to add or share? You know, in that sense.
I think one of the things people will be thinking about is what happens in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And on that, like, obviously we're just trying to survive the month, because the it's been crazy. Like literally the group count went to getting over one notification per second. So yeah,
that's a lot to keep up on.
Yeah. Even with 6 of us in there, that was a lot to keep up on.
I mean, like when I entered the account sometimes just to make an artist thread, it was really stressful, because even if I'm not checking the accounts, I know that they're checking the notification, but it is insane. Like I got, like a few days ago, it's like my computer crashed. It just like everything crashed, but it's amazing too. It's such amazing news. But yeah, it's I think it is. Everything surpassed our expectations in a very positive manner. trying to fathom what's happening now. But yeah, also I think it's very important to highlight, like, away from the fact that Tezos is easily accessible and it brings people together from different cultures and all over the world. Also, the environmental aspect to it. I mean, I personally chose Tezos early on for that. I was like navigating, and I didn't know much about the community. I was just like, but it was a better option in terms of, if I have this options, and why would I go for another chain? Other than the fact that it's gated and expensive, it's also like not as clean. Like, there is no comparison. And I think Lucky can also speak a lot about that.
Yeah, I came onto the NFT scene as someone who was like, oh, look, all of these NFTs, they're killing the environment. They're doing all of these things.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to the apes or PFPs or anything, but it's not my thing. So I'm like, oh, I like fine art. That's my thing. But I had Tezos, and I knew, like, I'd done the research on Tezos before I bought an RTO, and I knew that it was very environmentally friendly. Like, incredibly energy efficient, very light on the environment. And that is definitely another part of the scene, that so many of the people are in the community and are saying, no, we're staying here. Because they are very passionate about the environment. They're very caring on that front. I was talking to someone only today who's been done very well during this event and has been approached by Sotheby's very recently, and all of this, and he's turned around and said, yes, I've been approached to go everywhere else, but I tell you right now, my heart is in Tezos. I am so pleased and proud with this community, and so pleased and proud with what we're doing on the environmental front as well. And, it's one of those things where you go, okay, it's currently got a 17 global citizens footprint. Probably the reforestation projects going on right now are enough to make it pretty much carbon neutral. But the next thing that the community is looking at is making it actually massively carbon negative. That's one of the next things being looked at. And that's exciting.
Extremely exciting. No, I can't wait. Can't wait to see that happen as well. Me too. Like, in my choices, I always see the green aspect of things. And I just think that that's something that all future generations right now should really, especially like what's going on in this, this historical period, something that we really have to be careful about. So I love that, you also brought that up right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's absolutely something that's near and dear to my heart, and so many, I'm pretty sure everyone in the group, and just so many people in the community, it's just a core part of their heart.
Yeah, it's we were speaking with Lucky a while ago, and I was, like, there was this thing, and now I'm really grateful for the event, because there was this talks like, okay, to have friends of mine would say, like, you have to go to ETH. It's better, like, you would have better opportunity of selling like great artworks or whatever. And Lucky and I was speaking for a long time, even before the event, and I would say, I just can't help myself to do it. Like, I would say, okay, I'm gonna do it, but yeah, just like the environmental aspect to it, of course, like, this is one of the things. And I would be like, yeah, but like, you just not that I'm criticizing anyone who mentioned these, because eventually there are very few options. But I think, and many people in the community, like, they have this mental block somehow. And I hope what this event brought is another option for people to stay true to their beliefs. Plus, being in a great community, I mean, that's also wonderful and priceless, in my opinion.
Absolutely. No, I couldn't agree more. And yes, I mean, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you wanted to add? Maybe anything that you think we should have covered in the last questions?
All good from me. I think you did a great job.
No, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see tomorrow. Well, tomorrow, we might even publish this tomorrow. So tomorrow will already be today in this interview. But I really can't wait to see, the closing of the first week and next week, what will come.
Yeah.
Yes. Exciting times. Exciting times. Yeah.
Bye. Have a great evening and day.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Izzy. Ciao.